some full. At the end of the day, put that is something. Monday to Sunday, put that is something. So now we don't get small sense. Una go to the party begin them, then they reverse sweep and the vet. This day, let's hear we don't get on. Oh, now go my about to the buffet, to the not desire with the full fair. Now we go there with the cement and the ice and up and the bed. Oh, now push the pass. Do not desire with the full fair. Now we go there with the belly to 40 and then they make up with the bed. Inside the party, they get it. Everybody, power hunger. Now they're ready for sponsor the fest. For you, divided hunger. And we can let the humble effects because of pain and butter. Party picking, they still let our say, and the party better. They not English to man, because all man say, and they better. Oh, you want better, anyone will know better. Now we all they end up somewhere. Anyone way can go some week, they just say we a couple anyone way can go some week, they just say we a couple the man they don't know say when they go up the down, couple they don't put me inside the hands when they beat you, they dance, couple all like sharp over entity, everybody dancing, couple sharp over entity, steady they dance to the couple it's a hustle, yes, so it is a hustle, maybe they gotta get to the hustle, mental hustle, them boys they're on it, see them guns hustling, hustle to survive, hustle, mental hustle, young boys them brutal, young girls them brutal, every day man in the brutal, every day man in the brutal, every day man in the brutal, brutal hustle, hustle, mental hustle, the kind of man in the team survive, and I know what team man they do, I know what the man survive, we party family, them get it take, them get it back. The party family, them form it bad. God give them power, them not sharp. Yeah, we have what take over. Now you don't want them in the panaya. Yeah, it can't come massacre. But the man don't begin their babasi. They don't begin their babasi. Yeah, una no left hand babasi back there. Una let go be your body. But the man don't begin their babasi. They don't begin their babasi. Now so they go left back and sabi time done. They fail me your body. Una take a look at, una chaff them, and una vet. Take a close look at, una chaff them, and una vet. Salon my business, no they grow. All my time about politics. So many good I them know they talk right now because of politics. Man, I will shit again and get a nice idea about politics.
Ish. Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the 12th of August, 2020. Today is another edition of Salone Talk, coming to you from myself and the Moses of Salone, DJ Little of Little Entertainment. Right. Today, we get a big topic for discuss. Naya today. EMMERSON musician, the political activist. The main topic today, now that we discuss today. But before I bring Una to that topic there first, we get to other people away. Actually, if you want to join me on Zoom, make sure say you send me a link, send me your name. Yeah, then we can actually send you the link if you actually want to participate. Yeah, and the program actually open to everybody. You can call in, give your views about what you think. We ready for put you through. Yeah. So, but before I go further, I'd like to introduce first me co-host when DJ Little. Then I will carry the first topic we will discuss. Over to you, DJ Little.
Yes, sir. Kushe, Kabo. Everybody. How all man they do from Timbuktu to Alicatras. And you know, when I always struggle on Wednesday, especially at the beginning of the program, because you produce as well as you host. So I play catch up on some of the technicalities then. So hence the reason for the delay. But good evening, Kabo, me people then. Who said they watch we from London to Timbuktu, as I say, from Peckham to Beijing. Unakushana, welcome to this program. The program says exactly what it is on the team. So, just join me. The Zoom invite, one thing me they say, you don't even need for text with it because when I get the link, when I come in, I'll put you in a waiting room. You understand? And then I ask you a question. Now the waiting area, and I ask you the question, you answer, and then to what you want, then you can join the program. So it's a program way open to everybody, but we can't talk to them. But we're not there only on we own. We get a big brother as well. When an icon and legend DJ, he need to come off the phone right now. So I hope say they really. You understand? He need to come off the phone right now if they really Mr. Lemeh. But I will go back to Ish and then whilst I try to reach out to Mr. Lemeh.
Okay, whilst DJ Little try for reach out to Mr. Lemeh, I see my brother sitting at the screen, a day from afar, you they shine, you they glow. I don't really know it's in the go on and all that stuff. But again, before I actually start on the first program, the first topic we will talk about tonight, Naya, we're at the big topic, the topic where actually they dominate, we don't dominate right now. The Sierra Leone community, the social media is all over. It's 9 people that they talk about. It's everywhere. But before I can go that side first, DJ Little, I hope say it with me. I just want ask you something because looking at you from Usa, you see also on the screen, you look the shine. I don't know if na Bompamai, whatever Bompamai you up there. Now forgive me small. Let me say they are playing on my body. White. DJ Little, just quick one.
Yeah.
Before we go further, today na the 12th of August, exactly now 1 more day less. So when you be admit, would they get that party and all that stuff then you know? And tomorrow they make you exactly 1 year where you come on a hospital and all that stuff.
Can you go back?
No, sorry, touch wood. I'm not gonna okay, go the back. But just looking at you.
I don't see you touch the wood.
Look at
that's better.
Right. Just take you back down that road day. And also we don't give the background story of everything and all that. But you look different. You transform. You look change. Waiting at this transformation. Waiting change so far. You waiting really actually change. You know?
My secret not for shame, I tell you.
No, the people that want you because you look different. You look transformed. You change. We don't know what you do different from what you don't do. Today, then to what you do now. We make you look this way.
What have you do today? So what you do now?
Yes.
The difference is beaucoup. So I don't know what this program go do for that. I'll tell you all the difference.
No, you get 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I get 3 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's put it this way in simple Creole. I take on exercise. I take on fitness. I start for eat healthy. I still struggle with long sleep, so I still not get long sleep on me. But yes, I changed my life. I transformed my life basically. So that's the difference. Then and they basically waiting happened from 12 months ago. One day, as you said, to the anniversary where I'll be admit. So waiting what accommodate after that 4 days. So waiting I take on and for decide for change my life. So basically that's why. But and then on top of that, I get Alpha, I get Yandi, Mamiya Boom. They all the shake dice for me.
Wow. Okay. But they are for me go there.
No, Alpha na one person they work for. Mamiya Boom na one person they work for. Yandi na one person they work for.
No, tell us say you want to share your medicine.
We will talk that day of the program. But it's healthy living, healthy lifestyle, good exercise. Obviously, all man know. Run. But it's not to just the run because most people that they get wrong, it's not just the run. What people that they see is the run. But behind the scene, waiting under the show is I do a lot of physical exercise behind the scene. You understand?
Okay.
So the run now one thing. The run, what the run they give me is for me, it's about me losing weight and then that sort of thing. And then waiting they build up the muscle is my diet. I had a rubbish diet, completely rubbish diet. But I don't try, I don't share, I don't make a lot of effort for improve on my diet pattern. Things that they want nobody ever eats in my life. I they make attempts now. Before I be like, nah, if you Ishmael, you give me this, you say, I said, no. Even the stuff they want for eat, like fruit one they eat, I found alternative ways them where I for make them into juice. So that is one. And then personal exercise where I do a lot of workout on my own. You understand? As I said, I do a lot of training, personalizing fitness for myself. You understand? Based on the inspiration getting from you and all of that sort of thing. So I do a lot of that. And then I think say another thing as well, I cut myself off mainly from a lot of community activities where they engage me so much because I was too busy. You understand? Yes, people that still say I'm busy, but now the busy who are busy, now me I'm busy. You understand? I am conscious say I'm busy around myself and things that when I'm in interest, then will benefit me. I will do time and time community work, but my focus is on actually improving my welfare, improving my lifestyle. So that's what has changed basically.
Wow. Well,
all
honestly,
because of you. Thanks be to you, I must say. Thanks be to you.
I want to give me that recipe there because boy, the car where you glow, the car where you shine. I don't know small pama where you rub, you know.
I sing this song for you. I they shine, I they shine, I they shine.
Yeah, I know, right?
I get for tell they say.
Yes.
Master Papa God, they make a they shine. Look, if you talk about shine, look with big brother and that. That man, the one bigger one tell they come. The original Mr. Francis Lemeh. I can't even
Right.
on the phone.
Right.
I tell you.
Them for just the join we that now we own icon, that now we own legend, Mr. Lemeh. A day with tweet today at the program, Mr. Lemeh. I will just give 1 minute for you to introduce yourself before I actually introduce the program officially.
Superb. Well, thank you very much, and a good evening to una all. Me done day at the business for many, many years, from the late 70s up till now. So I term myself as a veteran, but I work in hand with these dynamic people. DJ Little Ish. I don't know DJ Little for many, many, many years. In fact, I get a bombshell for her. I get one DJ Little been to make music. He make one music where I get at a phenom. That one they call him Rondong. You remember Rondong?
Oh my God!
I like that.
Don't ever play that one day. Don't you ever dare. Oh my God!
All right. Well,
Mr. Lemeh, after
oh my God!
I will call you.
You get that song there? You get that song there?
at the phenom, I know say he did.
Oh
I never looked at my archive.
I make that song there with Lady G.
Yes. He was, oh my God, it was, when you hear that music, it's nice and easy, now then steady and slow, easy, bar music where you go play, like now you want grain, you go to shake to it, but it's really, really good. I just like the coolness of the music.
It was one of 3 music I ever recorded and never put my voice on.
I know.
King Masco will make a rap and song, that's it. Oh my God.
So
I they pay you for let you keep them.
I go pull on my archive and fena. Oh, not do like waiting and then do mukubos pa matches. So some people then go buy all, so it not been this for sale. When that music came out, I was in Sierra Leone, we were looking for it. There's a certain group of people go buy all because they don't want it for going to the market. Anyway, thank you very much for that opportunity. I hope we will get a very successful and dynamic meeting. But you guys are very good. You're doing so well. When they promote Sierra Leone, when they promote the industry, fantastic images when they portray. Make you feel proud of the country. Make you feel proud of una.
Thank you.
So then young one and go emulate una.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Why? That takes me to the big elephant in the room where we get the main topic of the day. What we discuss today now, it's the music. We can't talk about waiting this music day about. Waiting are people and take. What do you think about the music? Call in, feel free for calling and give your contribution
the music
towards
for the artist.
Why? It's about the artist, EMMERSON, or the music.
Okay.
Right. Now that's we discuss now today. Coconut water. All over the country, coconut aid. coconut aid, you get coconut aid, you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So we don't know which one. You understand? So I will go first to DJ Little the Moses, as in running at the industry for quite a long time before we actually establish where all we are and put you behind the deck saying that this, and so this music to we. First, I mean, I will get the honors and the respect for they actually throw light on this before I bring Mr. Lemeh inside. Over to you, DJ Little.
Thank you very much, Ish. Thank you, Mr. Lemeh, for that. And I'll go put money in your bank, let you keep let that music the way you just send them to me. I know I let Ish get close.
Wow, this is not about bribery. Not so they can bribe.
No, the brand, Mr. Lemeh, they send you brand envelope.
No. It may happen. This they go viral.
Between you and Ish, would an envelope go ground passing company?
Mr. Lemeh, not talk again. No, don't deal. Don't deal.
Well, look, the topic they can talk today now, EMMERSON, musician, or political activist, or social commentator, or whatever you want for column, or whatever. So, but anyway, here now the Diaspora Voices on Salone Talk tonight, we can focus on EMMERSON as a musician mainly. Now that's what we want to talk about. But if we don't want to talk about the other side of EMMERSON, that's fine. We are not here to engage in political commentary or look at politics or try for dissect the music into the some basically the social commentary side. We want to talk about EMMERSON as a musician, as an artist. Yes, we topic say musician or political activity or social commentary. But just for giving a background story, for me personally, coming across the man himself, EMMERSON, that was back the first time on the phone where we were on SALONE radio on the Salone for you, Mr. Lemeh will be very, very familiar of. When we were one of the very first people under Lawrence Bolo Coca, where we managed EMMERSON at the time when he released the first album, when Abobo Bele. There was such a massive buzz energy for this young man. I can remember inside this very Oswa Sidon, so we give EMMERSON in first interview. Then the gentlemen, by the time you get 530 people that were tuning online, you get nobody. Nowadays, internet is bottomless, as they can say. Then the bandwidth, by the time you don't get 530 people, nobody not able to listen to we on the radio anymore. People that they run for login for catering. I remember getting that exclusive program there for interview EMMERSON, a young, fresh EMMERSON, the energy, the music. That what, because before that, if we don't pull air, we go see him. But after we go see him, build up, he come out with the album, and then when he released Bobo Bele, just do small elevation, Mr. Lemeh, so we'll get a better view. That's it. That's right. You understand? And the buzz was there. This guy was a phenomenon. All man was like, wow. And then mixed with other good party tracks, them inside the album, they when I don't forget one of his greatest songs ever released, when I to two party, and then Elizabeth, and all other many other songs them. And then as the years have gone by, EMMERSON don't release music then they based on the government of the day, or what are not to the government of the day, featuring political and social commentary songs them, as well as other mixed with other party tracks them, or good listening, good vibes tracks them. But what we don't find out over the years during the timeline is to identify that the music of EMMERSON, especially for we were not DJ, so obviously we get the blessing of having a legendary DJ. We're still actively, time to time, can still play the music when called for. They find out say music then they went or from EMMERSON when a party tracks them or way can be played in parties, then not they get the features where they're supposed to be played, i.e. we can't DJs they know they play them, or you can't hear them na clubs or pubs or restaurants or you name it, because people then find themselves tied in to the social commentary songs where precede that album there. So as a case of that, there's a suppression of in the music, the other music then. So that said, now that make me want to look into this to say, while we look into this to say, is Emerson the musician actually not allowing the music for flow, in good music there for flow? Because I have to say, coming to this program today, we made a decision, Ish and I, we purchased the album because obviously the whole idea, the drive was to listen to the album. Yes, it has been shared on many social media platforms. But if anybody wants to prove that, we get the receipt where we don't pay for the album, we get the album. You understand? And I get the receipt for putting on social media, unless if somebody wants for challenge to that. Because I want a full listing of the album. And coming to this 9 Lives album, I have to say it's such a good album, better album. But would it receive the accolade where it deserves because of the song we don't precede the album? Or are people going to go dive deeply in? But while we look into Emerson, the musician, that's why. But I go stop short now because we get plenty for explore-ish. So I go and pass the same baton to Dr. Francis Lemeh for let himself shed a light on your understanding of Emerson, the musician, what it means to you as a musician or as a political or social commentator.
Superb, superb. Thank you very, very much for that. Your summary or introduction for Emerson is superb. Myself get for know Emerson in 2003 when the single come out, You Go See Him.
Yeah.
That music was a hit. I get that one, somebody sent them for me at the time, I don't know. And Brian come from me from Freetown, we be there, Santinith. And I played it once and it appealed to me. It was really, really nice. And everybody at the host, them get fun about it, then laugh about the story. And then as you rightly say, when Bobo Bele come out again, that was more political. It was more geared at, but I'm not gonna focus on Emerson in political sort of image or the portrayal of that. I think Emerson, they go for social change and they criticize corruption. It's not particularly targeting the politician, but for everyone in Sierra Leone. So, but because the politician then they run, they feel threatened. Because everywhere, I remember even from the days of Shaker Stephen, there was a music called Hard Time. Every day things are getting worse.
Yes.
That music, then banana Sierra Leone, then say no for playing now the thing. But so that was the sort of suppression. Coming to Emerson, he get big hits them when it come up with both the lyrics, both the addressing the social change and criticizing corruption, but also the melody of the music, the dance part of it, the actual aspect of the music itself. I think it embraces all of it. As you rightly say, with this new album, Mr. Sefnaya Abayam. When I see him, I went to the website. I didn't know how to get it, but there was a contact for Emerson. Again, phone number. I sent him a text. I said, how do I get this? I sent an email as well. I said, I want to buy this album. And he sent it to me. And it's, how much is it? $7.99. In the United States, I think it's $11. But I purchased it for $7.99 on for my phone. I downloaded it on Android. So it's there. And I don't listen to all the tracks then. I like them. My favorite one is No Stress.
Yeah.
There's a track called No Stress, which I particularly enjoyed. And then the other one called Sierra Leone. And then, of course, Being Godly, Tell God Thank You Again, appealed to me. So it's good. I think the guy, in overall, he covers so many things. So that's my take on that for now.
I think so. That's well done. Thank you very much, sir. Talking about favorite track. Sorry, Ish. Talking about favorite track for me. That particular at this time currently in my what do you call it, artistic life, I would say Big Daddy from Salone Sisters in favorite track now, Confession.
That's a beautiful one again.
That's a beautiful track.
Yes,
it's a beautiful. So
yes.
that's a
Yes.
And then I love Iron, no they cut Iron. And if anybody wants to talk about a social commentary song, let them go listen to Salone. Salone is a pure reflective, and I think say like what you can say, the song where precede the album where na Coconut Aid for me personally is just typical something to get Salomon talking. But if you want to see where the message is hidden, and where show you the strength and the depth of the man himself, EMMERSON, let them listen to Salone. And that's a track where, as you say, they cut across the whole nation without any political affiliation, but it's speaking volumes to many Sierra Leoneans. So I would encourage anybody to be a fair part. And also many of us have got the albums on social platforms, social media platforms. But I tell you something, those tracks which have been shared so many times, they don't depreciate so much in quality wise. Where I buy the album, we will don't listen to a mere ish. The weight of the album where you purchase,
it sound different,
completely different. So I know what, especially this they go towards we. Let's forget the general public. This they go towards we DJs them.
DJs them,
DJ Ish, sorry, I'm not taking you away from your topic.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
But I encourage every DJ out there and somebody where prominent or anybody where they're in the community for I urge them say if you can, a member of any selling yourself, buy the album. And then if you really want to have a say, as they can say, you have to be in it to win it. So you get for buy the album, listen to the album and digest the album and then make your assessment of the album what you be. But we're not here to talk specifically about 9 Lives. We're here to talk holistically. Over to you, Ish.
Thank you, DJ Little. Just like what you say, me said don't listen the whole thing. Those are my 2 favorite songs. And I believe say them song then they especially the Confession and I only the Ben Iron, I only the Cut Iron, something like that. It really, there's a message there where you get to take your time for actually listening to the music, for they actually able to understand the music, you know. We're looking at EMMERSON as EMMERSON today. We're not looking at EMMERSON, the other side of EMMERSON. We're looking at EMMERSON, the musician, you know, where we know. I don't know, because there's so many things that where they go on Facebook, on social media, on WhatsApp, and all that stuff. Then everybody get different opinion about this album. Waiting at this hype about this album, for me, I don't know. But this little knowledge when we get on listening to all the music, then, as you say, we don't support them in we own way. As DJs them, as fans, as a brother, we actually purchase the album, wherein we for try for listen to the music and see which one we go actually like. Okay, coming back to you, DJ Little, I will throw this question to you. We Salone people, and they actually see EMMERSON as a messenger or as a musician, or a musician where they expect for it carry a message for them. Now that's what they expect.
Well, to be honest, based on the thing is and I believe say Dr. Francis Lemeh will concur with me now, where it's like going on to a tracks and then they say bang, and then the way you left you block. You understand? Where you left block. Then they expect say they can't finish that race there on that same point there. What if people are not, and that consistency there, if now 100 meters they run, you got to be able for sprint under that 9.5, 9.8. If you can even do 9, then you do your 9. Or if you're going to do a marathon on it, you get to be consistent and say, I'm going to steady my pace and I'm going to go through and complete this 26 miles with a very consistent pace, not showing weakness, even when weakness they come, so that tiredness they come when the legs are giving in, but you got to maintain a mental strength. So bring it back now to the music. I just use that metaphor there. You understand? Bringing that now to the music. When EMMERSON came out, it's very, very first song where we all get for you for this young bobo, small bobo, was You Go See Am. You wear the thieves, salon money. If you ain't no boss, one day you go see am. I'm like, hey, it's the first time for generations, because you remember, say, at that point in time, we don't hear it from that decide corruption, from jungle leaders them, you know, we fumble them, you understand it? But this time, we had somebody who directly shoots the gun at those who it was meant to hit. and then he hit them big time. And then, less than a year, for that one song, they were then cut across the country. He released the album and then came out with 2 deadly tracks. Then when Bobo Bele and Swagbe, So let me remember one thing: the song Tutu Party was not actually released in that album. They even the songs like Elizabeth, they released, and Tutu Party was later released in that album. You understand? Where become the flagship, because the intention was to sell this young person, this young man, as the voice of the voiceless. To sell this young man as a young man where resonates with not only waiting younger people than they feel and think, and also waiting the wider SALONE community be they feel and think at the time, but dare not to say. And he came out and then he said it. So what happened? That consistency there is naturally going to be expected from the community, from the people of SALONE. So over the years, you understand, he came up with he gave himself, or people that gave him self-title, like what do they call it? EMMERSON, the sugar medicine, the bitter medicine, iron we know the band, and so many other names, and they for reflect that I am you with the people, I am for you the people, I will speak for you the people. So we are not here to make assessment on his message. If the people that feel say message is becoming diluted, you understand? They are the people that say, well, Brana, you been saying you there for we, but you're not there for we again. Waiting happen. How are you not for us? You understand? In terms of the message communicated. But if they bring me come back to say, what did they happen? When was the last time you went to a SALONE household party where they be there?
And listen to SALONE music.
Not to SALONE music. You go to SALONE party in a club, or you go to SALONE party in a hall. You hear them play no more than 3 EMMERSON songs. That's where I would leave it for now. We're playing at the party, we're not to politicize or social commentary song. We understand? When was the last time? And if you've heard, which song was that? Or which song are those? But I go all on there, and then we encourage callers them. If you want to join we on the program, if you feel too shy for come live on Zoom, the number for call now 07946 141 Then at the studio number 07946 141 Let's talk about EMMERSON, the musician, or the political activist, or the social commentator. I go come in, bring him.
DJ Little, I don't know if you're able to put the number on the screen.
I certainly will, sir.
Okay. Mr. Lemeh, so waiting are you on take?
Yes. Waiting I go add on to that, agreeing with everything that Little say, and add to it that this guy is likely, as the people they expect, say, he go bring messages them for send across, messages in the music, messages for sort of liberation. And so they were listening. This is why later on he came with one track with, I think they call him Coco Bear.
Yeah.
Coco Bear had lots and lots of hints, and it went for, I don't know if not 20 minutes. Hits on the points them. And he's always done that. But in between, he still bring dance music, then we get like, for example, there's a song called, I think it's called Balance.
Yeah.
Now for balance, if you go SALONE, you meet them, don't be loose Nailand. Balance.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So, and it's a good music, but also a message in it.
Yes.
So the guy is a messenger, and the expectation is, as Little points out, people felt he should continue with that messages. But we'll not forget to say, Leon, there's pressure. Anybody where you vocal, you vibrant, going way back to many, many years, there's a guy called King Janesco. King Janesco, now them veteran writer, them long years when they write. If you see he writes music, then they go beat him because he oppose. But then he writes another song. There was a song he called Magistrate. He said, Magistrate, I make this song, then go beat me, then box me and be belay, then box me on my side. So they've been used to threaten or suppress musician then we outspoken. We're outspoken. So Emerson, again, I know say him and other musicians, then they're under that pressure that if you're outspoken, you therefore begin look behind your back, which is wrong. Which is wrong. So, but the message is there, and as Little say, you know, they hearing much of DJ of Emerson in music nowadays. Now party, they know they play more than 3. I don't know why, because I don't know why. I think it's like the political sort of aspect don't rub onto that, and some people are scared, or maybe some DJ then think to say if you play this music, you are seen as opposing or in line with Emerson, they say. So they are a bit not sure. But like me, I don't afraid nobody. I didn't party for the play. I'll play it. Would I had let die. But
I like that.
But I think we will encourage the DJ them. If the music gets a good rhythm, the music is dancey, it gets a message. Sometimes it's got all in one. I remember when Emerson came here, he went to there was a hall in Catford where he go perform. And one of the things he mentioned that time, he just pulled this record where they call he didn't have to party album Uma Lapa.
Yeah.
Uma Lapa, and he said, oh, the woman in London don't say Emerson don't give the man them green lights. Say, oh, I feel me papa bad one.
Yes.
Me papa bad one. So all of those things are interpreted differently. But at the end of the day, this guy is a poet, is a messenger, is an entertainer, and a musician. He's got all of it. And now we get to embrace, and those of us who are in this front line promote our own musician there and make sure Salone go on the map. Because Emerson is one of the musicians there who is globally recognized. Even I remember going to Barbados. I took Tutu Party there, and people were dancing to it. They didn't know what it is. They were dancing like nobody's business. So we really, really need for continue for play with young kind of music and encourage we Sierra Leonean artists. I don't know if when they see me screen.
Very clearly.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
If you see, this is how I bought the track.
Yeah.
The music on the phone. So it is there, and I refuse say I'm not gonna get this music for no one. I'll buy it myself because I want to own it. I get series of albums. They turn the one in the sell CD. I have original, and I'm proud to look at them and say, these are my people. These are my Sierra Leonean artists. So I think we should all do that. That's how that's my take for now.
And I think it also gives you that sense of accomplishment. You have contributed to his effort, irrespective of whether you think it's good or bad. But you don't contribute to his efforts, because to go out there and make an album, you understand it, if you don't spend money, and the fact that you don't spend money means if you want to be one, and one key thing is it's not because we personally, but for the wider viewers where this may be the first time they watch me, you understand, we take pride in making sure that we want for as many times, yes, as DJ, we do have materials that are shared to us. We do go and download stuff because we feel that's how we're going to access them someday. But when it comes to Sierra Leonean stuff, if the artist not given to me, you understand, and if it's out there and I can purchase it, I will buy it. You understand? And we take pride in that collectively. So for me, I should say ownership for me meant a lot for me towards this album. Yeah. Because as much as everybody, when they talk about the album, nobody's actually saying anything about the album, but talking about the song, Coconut Aid. Now, when you speak of the song Coconut Aid, have you gone back in and listened to the remaining, what do they call them?
11 tracks then.
Yeah. No. 17 is
17. Yeah, there are 18 tracks on that album.
There are 18 tracks on the album. Yeah. So unless somebody don't go outside and we don't listen to the balanced 17 tracks, then are you criticizing the song? Are you criticizing the artist? Or are you criticizing the album? You understand? So you cannot engage in a balanced conversation except you don't position yourself for make that decision. You understand? But again, let's talk about some of Emerson's successful party tracks. Them. I want to go over to you, Ish.
Yeah.
As a DJ over the years, over the timeline, who tracks them of Emerson where you don't find yourself they play or don't play in a party?
Well, the common tracks the way it be say, let's say you they play different line and all them stuff, and then you switch to Emerson certain line. Let's say for instance, you play Gear Bench, and remember Gear Bench is one of the songs the way the woman they embrace because of some of them. Then they can say that song then a song way, then Cable get back at them company way. We don't talk about them and all that stuff.
They call and answer, because you know the genre called call and answer. Yeah.
Yes. So then we embrace that song day. It's a big track. Where you put that track, you see how everybody they go crazy, the woman them and all that stuff. Then you go see them with the point finger at people them and all that stuff. And then you come out there, you drop to party. You go drop to party. Some people that will come meet you the 3-4 times for you actually repeat to party repeatedly. You the DJ SSF, you the vex now say, "Bo, I be don't play them." Somebody of yesteryears will come. A minute they can at the party, you don't play to party. You don't forget about that side. And they can ask you back for it. You know, so like then track track the way you need to get bored with. Where you don't struggle, you go on to them tracks and tracks the way you need to go wrong with at all. People then go always grab and dance to them. There's so many people in the way up to this day today that their music then are their favorite music then, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Lemeh, I will ask you the same question. Who's track the way you find yourself say, first of all, as a DJ, when are you every track the way you play for Emerson as a DJ, and then as somebody where have that general fun loving for Emerson, who's track the way you can say this now me listen track to I go listen to Emerson?
Oh, well, my favorite one is Miss You. Baby, I go miss you.
I was hoping neither of you was going to say that.
You need to explain.
Baby, I go miss you. When I remember that Lemeh, when I remember that Lala. So that for me, it's a drop. That's up till now. Every time I play music, anytime I get opportunity, I drop that tune. And people come in and they really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds fresh every day.
It's fresh. It's a beautiful one. The message is there. The man is singing to it. It's a love song. It's a love song with a message in it and the beat and the rhythm. So whether you understand it or not, people in the dance. And for We Were There, most of the time we get people from different nationality, including the whites, other Africans, the Caribbean, and then they enjoy with music. They really, really enjoy the music because with music get rhythm. Yeah. And that one is one way for me it's ever going. If you ask me for one.
Yeah. So which other track where you gonna say?
The other one, Bobo Pin.
Yes.
I like Bobo Pin. Bobo Pin again. He gets the message there, and it was a very, very popular music. Even Sierra Leone at the time when they go, there was a chart. It then had the chart for them. They play all the time. Then we get chart in Sierra Leone. I don't know if they still do one, but it was on the chart for many weeks in Sierra Leone. So those are my two favorites. But Emerson, a lot, I would say generally, I love his music. A lot, majority of them I like because I can see them and listen to them and enjoy it and listen to the whole structure of the music itself. Mm. Yeah. So
for me personally, thanks for that. For me personally, you don't cap one of me one day. Miss You obviously stands out for me. A track where sensitized me quite a lot for Emerson in the early days was Elizabeth. You understand? Elizabeth was a very good. It shows you the strength of Emerson and when it comes to interpreting and having engagement. Because if you also don't follow Emerson over the years in the timeline, you go see say he tells stories in his songs.
Yeah.
On this album, Self, we all listen to and it tells stories in his songs. Be it the social commentary, be it the political message songs, be it the love songs. You understand? He's telling story. So Elizabeth, now one song for me will stand out. And then another one was, as you say, what we call Balan Tondo Money. But if I move on to the party tracks, if I move on away from the high tempos track, you understand it? Telescope is a very beautiful song. You
Yeah,
understand it?
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Fatima the
Fatima,
remix with Two-Face Idibia
Yeah.
was on these tracks for me.
Super.
You can walk away with them any day. But brings us back to waiting, and we main focus today to say these tracks, as much as we get this fun of it, you understand, you kind of allude to that, Dr. Francis, where we know they play them as DJs, either because we are conscious that we don't want to play them because it's Emerson, and now we are so aligning Emerson to political commentator or social commentator that we feel that we can only play the Bobo playing the Yesterday Better Past Today, the Munkubos Pamachis, and those kind of songs, or we remember and say, okay, we don't just play Tutu Party for Member Emerson, or we say, no, we're not playing any Emerson at all. So the real good tracks, the real songs that are party bangers that we play, we find ourselves in position that we don't want to play them because we are, for other reasons than the one highlights, or secondly, as Emerson, the musician, as he just faded out of we radar, that make we they decide not for engage with him. Again, that question, I'll bring a account to you first, Dr. Francis, before I fling on to Ish.
Because I go on jumping.
Go on, Ish. Go on, Ish. Yeah.
Why? Okay. Maybe you want to go that question to you, but since you don't ask that question, then I'll fine. Right. Let me play the devil advocate there. DJ Little.
Yeah.
What about in all these years, we Sierra Leoneans don't rely on Emerson for being the messenger, for being the mouthpiece of the people, for advocates for the people, for actually challenge the government, challenge the politicians and all that stuff, and seeing things the way they happen. And then this time now around, is Sidom, he decides to innovate in. Since then, people I don't think say, Namina the messenger and all that stuff, then they now, put a twist onto this, you know, and it deviates a little bit from the political side and become the Emerson, the musician, where me always want be. Okay, a twist to that, then we'll call in, I'll say DJ Little innovating. Today, we get old school, yeah? People and they don't use for no say, where they go old school. Let's just take as an example. Now more of African music than they go play. It depends on the DJs and the journals the way they get, you understand? So now African music then they go play. Then, so then greatest surprise, where they go, now you then meet now the deck. You hold them onto old school. You refuse for play, waiting and they expect you for play. We not feel say, that twist the Emerson put in we and left we say, no, it's not going bang bang we aid.
Well, that's not a good question, but it could be. Not to me, not Emerson. Not to me, not Emerson. Not to Mr.
I mean, I just play devil advocate.
I get you, and I'm going to answer that. Putting myself in his position, from what I understand. What he may feel that this is Emerson's thinking. If I was Emerson, and obviously the country don't position me in that way as a political commentator, social commentator, the voice of the voiceless, and so on and so forth. And then, but in between there, I get tracks that they will let people then film. I get party tracks that will let people then film. And then for deviate, he don't try that. But when he does that, you understand it? You know they get the same attention from the wider community. You know they get the audience. Those songs and then they come, then fade under the radar. You know, he did songs them with Fino. Those songs they came, they just got there, then disappear. Even the likes of Telescope. Where he don't identify Emerson, if I am Emerson, just to move away slightly, he is the greatest and the most possible successful strategist in the SALONE community. I can always say to people them, you understand it? Using myself as a reference, I can always say, I'm not born in England, you understand it? But I understand the UK community, the UK SALONE community, more than many people as a result of me growing up in the industry, knowing the people that where I learned from the all, including the likes of Francis Lemeh, Tommy Uncle, where it told me, and when a DJ Sowe, now the likes of Dr. Francis Lemeh, the comrades them at the time when they were DJing, you understand it? But I understand how the UK entertainment they operate. So as a result of that, I'm able for manipulate myself in and out of waiting good, waiting bad, waiting at the potential hazard, and they see them coming. So when people say, well, for example, when problem they come, you go see little remove himself. That's because I am strategically clever enough to source the potential risk, damage, and remove myself. It doesn't make me weak, but it makes me smart. Emerson going out and releasing, he could have picked any song inside this 9 Lives album, right? Any song inside this 9 Lives album, and then song then they are good enough to be released as the album pre-release song. You understand? But will the album get the same attention where it gets so today? Will we be here today? Let's say, for example, if it been released Confession as the prelude song to the album, you understand it? We will have the attention. If he goes back, let's even talk about Salone, the commentary, the social commentary song. If he been released that day, no, he wouldn't. So because he's a very smart and he's a very clever guy, his team are very smart. What does he want to gain? Maximum attention and maximum traction to make sure say he grip the community, he get the country talking. Because if the country is talking, it means one way or the other he's making money.
Money, yeah.
One way or the other he's positioned himself in the heart of the society. Would you, me, and Dr. Francis Lemeh be talking about it today? With any of them 18 track, and they would have come out and be released as the album. You understand? The answer, my friends, would be probably no. I just want to go and just touch on that. Just touch on that album track there. For example, I Know They Cut Iron, very strong track as we all agree. Make 'em, For Love, Just a Friend, Marie, No Stress, Turn Up, Secure, It's You, Sierra Leone, Confess, Fan of Them. Fan of Them is a beautiful track with Star Zero. Absolutely an amazing track. I think for me it's the best I've had Star Zero. Fan of Them is an amazing track. You understand? On the Low, John Jolo, Tenki, Suspect, and you understand it? But what does Emerson want? Emerson wants to generate income. How do you position yourself in the heart of the Sierra Leone community to generate income? Create a talking point. One thing that we know they ever get for Emerson. All those where the one that went at the naysayers them, where they go on the offense or the attack on Emerson, you will never get a response from Emerson. Because he's positioned himself in a way that you they help me sell. Now there are non-Sierra Leoneans there already where they go in, where they can purchase this album. Because the album is being talked about. So who that's the win na this equation? Alefande.
Well, people, listeners, if you want to call the program in, the number then at the screen, feel free for join the program and give your own contribution. Over to you, Mr. Lemeh.
Well, Emerson in character is non-ending. Because for me, this guy is a phenomenon. And I like his style. He's brilliant. He look at situation and respond to the situation. So there are times where he go quiet. Because I remember where he pull one hint, says something, where he go Nigeria, where he sing with them. He say, I hook up with them big guns then at Nigeria and release this Fatima and another song. So he's a guy that studied the situation and then he explores what he feels necessary. For me, Emerson, I admire him and I really respect him as an artist. And I am a fan of Emerson. I am really indeed a fan because I just like the portrayal of the music in all the aspects in terms of the social change. Because Emerson, they talk about social change. They talk about how they work out from Kisito Poti, in Foots and Dry Lake Bantik, he talks about real issues that are happening in Sierra Leone, whether it's political or not. Sometimes it's economic. Not everything is political. Sometimes it's economic, then the social one. So he touched on all of those. And this is the reason why I like him. And I think Emerson and a lot of the others, I mean, today is for Emerson. But while we're talking about Emerson, we should also be thinking about Sierra Leone artists, musicians, them, where we really, really need for promote we own. We really need for appreciate. Because sometimes you have things and you don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate. The likes of the musician, he don't pass away now, Freddie Green of Super Combo. One of the best guitarists ever lived. Where they crown him Dr. Freddie. In brother Dinaya, John Sober Green, na journalist, he worked for the BBC.
Yeah.
In those days, where Freddie didn't band, they not approve, the family not approve of it because they think to say being in a band, na street life.
Yeah.
You have to be a doctor or a lawyer. So we not be appreciated. But now they value this guy. He's gone now. Always musicians then become, or artists then become famous after they've gone. Let's try and change that. Let's begin to appreciate the ones that we've got. So today we're talking about Emerson, political activist or whatever. I believe he sends a message. I believe he sends a message, and I believe it's for, he touched on everybody. You interpret Emerson the way you want it. It becomes an enigma. He throws it, and it's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
No, I think that's exactly it do with this album for let people give their own opinion, let people say what they get for say and think what they get for think, analyze the music, analyze what they say and all that stuff. Then you put them into one context and say, okay, this it mean, but ain't no waiting in mean. Now ain't no more going to give that explanation there. But we don't listen to the album. There are tracks that they will actually describe the typical Salomon, how we think, how we do things. There's a messages and then tracks and they will, I believe, say all people need for just sit down and listen to them and understand what's in the album they about. You know? Over to you, DJ Little.
I totally agree with on our contributions, them gentlemen. But while we move on now to the next segment, the conversation. The next segment will be let we talk about Emerson and the fans and his fans. Let me talk about Emerson and his fans them. Obviously, when you build a career for the people them and of the people and by the people, eventually you tend to lose some and then gain some. And then the one that way you lose, you tend to lose them. And then they not only lost them, you lost them, then they develop hate and resentment. The one that way you gain them, then they come in with passion and commitment. Now, Emerson as a musician, Dr. Francis, he is by no means controversial because of the message, as you say, because of his enigmatic, iconic image where he don't portray. So he gets committed, die-hard fans, and then he gets those who will resent him based on outside they want for pigeonhole him, outside they want for place him. Because remember, he know the place himself. Now me and you now we the place him. So are we the say na so insane, na so in belong. But he know that because he know that ever come out and say na so I'd say on ayanda they on ayanda belong. Do you think it say Emerson they get a fear criticism by being placed into a certain aspect or a certain pigeonhole now the Sierra Leone community, entertainment society, or do you think that criticism equally is fair because it's based on a message?
Well, people are divided. We get, no matter what happens, there's always going to be a division because this is why you have for and against. You will never get a balance. So I think the views then they can differently. And with Emerson, I remembered an interview he gave. Somebody been they ask about Adebayo. He had a lengthy interview. They asked her, well, who don't know Adebayo? I say Adebayo, I'm not with buy no more. They buy. He never came out and say he left it open to people for interpret. And I think whatever we say here, unless we get a sort of censure, we ask people, say, send in your opinion and we measure, we're not going to be able to know because we are always divisive. Some man go come, he go criticize Emerson right now. Then the next minute you go say, they dance to the music. You know, no self saying Emerson make that music. So you see, so this is the thing.
I like that.
we did all over the place. So, and that's
But
the,
do you think, say, that criticism, those who are criticizing, is it in your assessment, you feel a fair criticism or it's unjustified?
well, criticism, and I wouldn't say it's unfair. It's an opinion. Okay, it's an opinion because everybody they voice out in opinion. I wouldn't call it criticism as long as you know go damage the man. I mean, tarnish in character as if he's done something drastically wrong.
Yeah.
But we get a difference of opinions. So I would call it either you like him for his music, the beauty of his music, or if you get some kind of affiliation and you think so say in music hint it talk against what you believe, then people might not agree with him. But I don't think you're going to get a fair and unfair one. Then because the people and views then different. Indeed. And but those for those of us all within our way get open mind, we will enjoy the music and any criticism will be constructive. We'll talk about say, well, Emerson, maybe you should have done this and that. Go portray and more. We go give we views as people are within at the front line of the industry. But the rest of the people we then they enjoy the music and listen to it's gonna be varied and I don't want to say whether it's a fair or unfair criticism. Yeah. I believe it's an opinion. I wouldn't call it a criticism. I call it opinion for me. Yeah.
Okay, that's an excellent take, Dr. Francis. Ish, I'm not going to repeat the same question to you because we both don't talk. The question where Migo puts to you, and you can fling them back to me if you feel, is if you today they're part of Emerson in management team. Now you responsible for in terms of tracks release. You make that decision to say Coconut 8, 9 for be the preceding track will precede the album. Knowing what you don't hear, knowing what you don't see, what you observe as part of the team, now the social media, looking at the album for generate more sales, because at the bottom line, the man is running a business. You understand? Yeah. Which track on the 18 track and the up on the remaining 17 track where you go say, I want to advise you for let you release?
Well, my opinion, I think say I'll do the same. I will release Coconut 8, where I feel say it's because
no, when you don't release Coconut 8, which track is the next track? Sorry, I'll not put the question clear. Which track will be the next track to say, okay, you don't hear all the feedback, whether or not the opinions there, as Dr. Francis Lemeh puts, whether or not the good opinion, the bad opinion, or the mixed opinion. So say, because you want to focus on sales as a member of the team, which track will you go make as your next track to say, okay, team, let's sit on, okay, part of the project release manager, track release manager, the next track is going to be this track. Which track?
I think,
why?
I think for me, confession.
Why?
Confession, yeah, it's a message, the message, not the message for people that way actually get patience for sit down and listen to music where they enjoy good music and actually want to understand the message in the music. I think for me, that music, if I was the manager, I think I would release that music in terms of sales, because since you look where you look at sales, where you launch something, you say, okay, Nathan, let's launch this thing where I feel say this will cause so much hype in the market, and then I will bring out something we're very close to them for let the sales go up more and more and more. You understand? So for people that we actually they listen to music, people that we actually, no matter what, you get people that we are Emerson and fans. when I fans them, in irrespective of how you criticize them, which you get for say, which you not get for say, they will still buy the album. They will still dance to the album. They not care now your opinion, what you think about the track, what you not think about the track, now your opinion. They will still dance to the track as long as it's EMMERSON, you know. But I think say the thing now where a lot of people where they probably then get them wrong, it's like we mortal man them, where they can say, you go to bed, don't expect anything. If you wake up, you meet something, yeah, you say, Alhamdulillah, thank God. You understand? But because Salone people they expect say, oh, EMMERSON where they can also, you know, EMMERSON they can talk about all the problems that are the country, EMMERSON they can face when all that stuff, and then bam, what it can do, it brings something different. Then look at something where they can sell, because now a business in the own markets. So then look at something, okay, where people can go talk about, so people can go really want to know what's in this, the whole thing they're about. So then count something different. So I believe say in that way, for me, confection, I will bring and come for markets.
Okay, you know what make I like that today, and I you by the way you say, but the reason why I'm session to so me go look and say as part of the marketing, I agree with you and go with confession, but me your reason go be because I want to move away completely, steer completely away from Usai the engagement day right now, Usai the attention day. So I'm taking the audience away to say, hang on, wait. When I remember say EMMERSON a man will get a full portfolio of love songs them where Dr. Francis Lemeh talk about. Have you listened to his latest love songs where he don't collaborate with one of Sierra Leone's currently most big male R&B artists when I'm Mahmoud,
yeah.
You understand it? And look at him, you understand it? And EMMERSON, and this is another thing where for me personally where opinions are not being shed light on EMMERSON. EMMERSON are one of the very few Salone artists that if you go back to the years down the line, and I can name bigger Salone name artists them, which I will not do on this platform because we're not here to talk about other artists them, where EMMERSON in a showcase other artists them, like album over the years. You can take many Salone artists them today where they at the top of their game. They are reluctant to feature artists the way they do well like them. EMMERSON actually they go out here and has showcased that he always works well with artists the way they trend. And in this album, he even showed the depth of that, where he worked with League, Mahmoud, Star Zero, and two other artists under the Sugar Medicine label. So he is an artist where they should say, I'm showcasing transition to say, my time may be gone, but guess what? Look what his Salone music gets. Salone music, this is what's to come. I've got your Drizzy League, I've got your Star Zero, I've got your Mr. One. So he's got all of these artists. I've got your my Mahmoud, where in a showcase. Many artists and the Salone artists, where they're at the top of their game, they will not even come together and collaborate. You know, Dr. Francis talk about let's look at this on the wider picture of entertainment. Let's just digress slightly away from just EMMERSON and focus the limelight on the entertainment. But look at the character of EMMERSON as an artist, as a musician, what he do in terms of empowerment and empowering other artists. You understand? Some of us may have stronger opinions about his message, but what about the opportunities that way they create for other artists? Because if me an artist today, if they do well, if somebody said to me, can go collaborate with EMMERSON, I would jump for joy. Yeah. Because EMMERSON don't showcase it, he do that, and not just on this album. On all of his albums, he has done it. So that's the reason why we focus on the music part of him. So let people then open their eye wide and watch and say, I'm going to put the word from Dr. Francis. Look at the enigmatic character of this person and say, what has he done? Do we want to wait till where EMMERSON don't die before we appreciate EMMERSON, the musician? Or are we going to say, hang on a minute, he's doing exactly what we as a society want him? Maybe we are now a society where we want a duplicated do message. We want message the way ambiguous. So if Emerson they send messages in a way are not so direct, is it because of his maturing with age? Is he now focusing on his own personal life to say, what do I want to do for myself as a person?
Yeah.
You understand it? What do I want for my family as a whole? You understand it? What do I gain from just going out there and throwing direct cloaks and daggers at people or society? Or do I just want to sensitize the nation and leave it be? Do I want to create a stem, a field of where my message will allow people to just go out there and go buy petrol in a petrol station and go burn somebody else? Because many years ago, his messages would have been like that. But if he's decided to clean up the message, so to speak, you understand, and relay the message in a way, allowing us to think, is it a bad thing? I can always say in the SALONE UK community that I know best, that I always make my assessment of, yeah, we have the most complex community. We have the most diverse community. But at the same time, the SALONE community in the UK and Ireland that I know, we are the most sensitive community. You understand it? All I need for do is, yeah, me and Ish fall out today. I go be friend with Dr. Francis Lemeh. What I know say, he and Ish, we don't fall out. So I go make Dr. Francis Lemeh now my best friend, knowing that that is going to strike even at the heart of Ish. We are a society like that. But what Emerson is saying is, do we have to remain that society? Dr. Francis, I'll let you come in. I know I'm
listen, everything you said is bang on. It's you hitting the nail right on the head. This is the reason why I like you, because you say it as it is. Because the message is there. Sometimes people back off. They don't want to say it because they hesitate. They will offend somebody. No, but you're saying it as it is. For me, with this, with Emerson in topic, it's no stress. All this yagba, left all that. The stress, it's much more damaging than so many things. He said that in his message.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, Sierra-Leoneans, plenty of we do not know what stress is. Remember, I say no more, now hard up, now this, no, they don't know, the members say no more something like diabetes or this medical condition. They know they measure stress. Stress, music calms you down.
True.
Music, they take away a lot of other things them where they affect your health. The stress is a very damaging thing. And this is the reason why, as we talk about Emerson, he's versatile.
Yeah.
From every angle he hits on topics that affect social change. You mentioned, say, over the years, maybe it don't grow up, it don't mature. No, it's the change. When change occurs, you get to move with it.
Indeed.
Move with the change and portray the type of, then get what they call the ethos. Most artists then get an ethos, what they believe in. And I remember the likes of Kool and the Gang. They always come up with hits at December, Christmas time. So people in those days always listen for Kool and the Gang because they know they go come with a bang at Christmas time. So the expectation of Emerson, as you rightly air out, remember say go come with these political activist bang messages all the time. And this guy is versatile. He goes across the board and does what he wants to do. We, as listeners and followers and enjoyers of music, we should just follow and enjoy it as it is. Because in the man, they bring a different recipe. It's got dishes. You go to a restaurant, you don't want to eat the same thing all the time. So he brings different recipes.
That's
how I see him. That's how I see him. So for me and a lot of the other Sierra-Leoneans, they come with the same thing. But with Emerson, as we're talking about it, that for me is what he brings. It's variety. He brings variety. And with every album, how you know, like Emerson, no matter how you criticize, there must be one that you will appreciate. There must be one track that appeals to you. So
DJ Little, based on what Mr. Lemeh don't say and all that stuff, then just like you rightly say, you don't feel say this time, okay, like we can say 18, and they throw the coins them are gone, For you pick the right one. You don't feel saying that Emerson do this time?
Mm-hmm.
With do you know what? I'm gonna be very honest. I think Emerson, I don't know, and as you rightly know, I sent the email to him yesterday, and unfortunately, because of his busy schedule, we'll get a response from him. I think maybe he's saying to Selenians, I'm gonna walk away from this for now. Now make it give to me 18 tracks.
Yeah.
How many Selenian artists to date? Okay. I'm gonna widen the question. I'm gonna widen the question out. How many African artists, Afro-Caribbean artists, or Afrobeat artists, or even world artists to date, we're gonna release an album of 18 tracks? They can easily split that into 2 and release it in 1 year, and give you 9 tracks and give you another 9 tracks. The man has gifted us 18 tracks.
18, I know, that's a lot.
18 tracks. And it goes to exactly what Dr. Francis just said. He's versatile, he's variety. He's made it an easy option for you. If you feel say you're not Emerson fan or non-fan, but you prefer the economic commentary of his songs, he's made it there for you. Go and listen to the track called Salone. If you know say you're not a social commentator, you understand it? He's made a song for you. If you know say you not possibly believe in the tracks, in songs, the way now the one of the most popular genre of Sierra Leone music, what they call and answer, you understand? And I will like bad one. Go listen to the tracks, like fan of them. When I call and answer. And I think that track, now the track will be a tip, so therefore do very well. You understand? Confession is gonna do well, but the track will go for playing a party, now fan of them and possible Salone. Or iron know they cut iron.
Cut iron, yeah.
You understand? Any of them 3 tracks they therefore survive the time. Coconut Aid is here to do exactly what it's here to do. To say Emerson is here. All man team up. You understand? So everybody out there. So we all don't team up. All man no can side class because Emerson don't come. You understand? Whether I take him 2 years, whether I take him 2.5 years, whether I take him 4 years, Coconut Aid don't do the business. So he don't. As far as Emerson is concerned, his next best option is the question I ask you. Waiting at the next track we get for promote. We get for keep the momentum going. So he could pick Iron and Ben Iron. He could pick Fan of them. He could pick Confession. Any of them track they can go, or he can pick any of them. So he has spoiled the Sierra Leone community, and he has spoiled the fans of Emerson and even the non-fans of Emerson by dishing and serving us a variety of classic tunes them. And I've spoken to the likes of EMMERSON, Atman. I spoke to Chris Mokomok. These are guys the way they put their ears. These are guys that know music and they don't talk say, I buy the album, I don't listen to the album. Unfortunately, they could not join the program tonight. The album is good. So my encouragement to the wider Sierra community is we're not here to advocate. Neither the 3 of us are not here to advocate for Emerson. But we're looking at this purely from a Sierra Leone point of view, a Sierra Leone music point of view. This album will do well internationally if Sierra Leoneans them remove and take the emotions away from it and stop focusing on the anti and look at it with open-mindedness, as Dr. Francis said, and accept and embrace the album and say, let me listen. Don't just pick it up from WhatsApp groups. Go and spend 8 quid, which will cost you nothing. Your phone bill is about £40. Average. You understand it? Some of us pay over £60 for we phone bills. Then you understand it? For £8, you are able to sacrifice 2 pieces of chicken and chips for that Friday day, and then buy the album day, and then listen to them. And then when you don't listen to them, put your receipts out, and then go out and criticize as much as you want or celebrate as much as you want. But put yourself in a position where you know, say, you are empowered. If you don't spend the money, then allow yourself to either critique or celebrate the album. But if you pick them up from WhatsApp groups or other social media forums or YouTube, and then you say you're going to pass your opinion on the album, then I'm not sure you're doing the right thing. But I'll go left and think.
Okay, I think the dynamics should change a bit. We, although you say we're not the advocate, but okay, not advocate. Let's promote.
Yeah.
Let's promote. And I think this media where you set up today for be a platform for future. Any artist where a prominence and an artist we don't come up with something big, we come up on platform like this and promote them, because a lot of Sierra Leoneans, them, whether they are naive or whatever, or exposure, they don't know. So me look for find excuses for people until they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
So I believe say maybe they don't get the knowledge, they don't know. So let's have a platform. Let's begin promote. And how do we promote Sierra Leone music? As to say, we get them and publicize, say you go on this particular website and pay you $7.99 and buy the album. So that's what we should begin to do. Like all the tracks that we don't mention, DJ Little, they're superb. Emerson, this album, other artists, it would have been two albums.
Yeah.
So for me, he's got 2 in 1.
Yes.
That he's created. He's created a double album. So if people want for criticize, that's fine. 1 in favor and 1 against. So
I like
the album
that.
is 2 in 1. So you like
So
it,
you buy one, you get one free.
you buy one, you get one free.
That is so true. That is so true.
So I think we should have a platform to promote Sierra Leone music and spread the message on to those we get the opportunity for no say this. And I'm telling you, for me, it's not through persistence.
Yeah.
Because I persist, now I'm able to know how to get the album.
Yeah.
Persistent. I tried and tried. I tried even what you call iTunes. I couldn't get it. I don't know if not in my system.
Yeah.
So fortunately, when I go on the album itself, when they promote, there's a contact there. And Emerson's phone number and email address is there for contact.
Yes.
So I used both and I sent it to him. I said, how do I get this album? How do I buy it? And he responded with the website, whether you have Android or iPhone, you can get it for such and such. And I think that's what we should be doing.
And I'm in reference to what you just said, Dr. Francis, thank you. We get Tisha Kanu just say, how can I buy the album? And I don't share the link when I am on Google Play and I use. So if anybody get Google Play, whether you are on iTunes or on Android, you're able to purchase the album. But as we speak, yes, let's use the word promote. And let's create this platform not just for Emerson. We want to sell an artist them. If you say you want to release an album, we're not just saying you to release a track, and you want to use this opportunity through Diaspora Voices on Salone Talk, where we do, me and each host, you want to come talk and release your album, equally allow we the opportunity for able for express we opinion them on the album, knowing that you are going to be open-mindedness, because one thing the way we all know is the sensitivity of people that were an artist. Yes, the wider community as a whole, Salome sensitive. But when you become even a Salone artist, your sensitivity level is amplified by an extra 75%. So we hope say we brothers and sisters the way they out here, where then are artists, then are musicians, them or whichever artist trade you find yourself, and you want to showcase your material, feel free to reach we, and we are able to do that. But equally, be of the mindset that we will express an opinion, but we will do exactly the job as been mentioned. We will do our best for promote Una. You understand? So Ish.
And not only that, for add to waiting DJ Lee to just say, not only that, make your album accessible, make your album marketable so that people can go buy them.
Exactly.
You know, because you know, go just make the album, you put on our WhatsApp and all that stuff, then they make them accessible, because sometimes majority of Salone people, well, I mean, I don't say we community, we sensitive, Sierra Leoneans, we're very sensitive. We don't support the artist. All the music here, we prefer for them to get on our WhatsApp, they copy them and record them, instead of getting the hard copy, the original copy, where it be say when you play now you set, you read when you need to drop safe, you read rather than you buy it while we send a WhatsApp. We don't do that. So please, we encourage people let we support we artists them, because by supporting them, now the only way that they will actually produce better music them for we, you know. And if we not support them, we prefer for they buy the Nigerian tracks when I 199 and all that stuff, then YouTube, iTunes and all that stuff, then we left we own them. How we feel say them will give you good materials then, you know. as we wrap up, we run we time right now. So people, please always support the artists them. Let we really support the artists them. Not only just bash at them because they pull tracks and we say we not favor them tracks and the tracks and they're against we, then we just can't begin to throw stones up there and all that stuff. Then they buy the album, sit down, give you time, listen to the album, listen to the music them. If you 10 tracks a day, you must get 6 or 7 where you actually go like, you know, like this album 18. Who knows? Probably like this are the first one we just give it. We never know. So until 2-3 months along the line, they drop another album again where we don't know. So like what I say, probably EMMERSON just come, you know, I come outside, it's where all the coins them, the same waiting, let the public pick them. Probably not that to do with we, you know?
I agree. Dr. Francis Lemeh, it's been amazing having you on the platform, and thank you for taking the opportunity for joining we and give we insight to EMMERSON, you as a fan, as a DJ, as also a Salonian in the community as well. We get interest in the music and the entertainment. We go give you last 2 minutes or so for give your opinion on the Salone entertainment as a whole, and waiting you feel saying are the way forward for grow the industry, especially the musical industry. How can we work together as DJs, as promoters, as sound engineers, as musical artists? How can we grow and work together for based on your experience for being in the industry for so long?
Fantastic. First and foremost, Salone music is rich, it's dynamic. It is a jewel. So people, we don't appreciate that now. This message don't go around. And we, the community, because me don't do a party where I can tell you, say the whole net Salone music, the normal begin play. Coming from the 60s, Sabano and 75 and Super Combo and all the artists, and then come to the nowadays one. We have a reservoir of rich quality music. Let's embrace it. Now it's a promotion. We, the DJs and you guys in the front line, we get for make sure we promote with Salone artists, musicians. Because if we don't, then nobody else will do it. We get for do the promotion. Then get for approach we. If not single, somebody they pull. Bring the single. If not 199 and they sell that single day, you get 20,000 Salonian, 50,000 Salonian buy that single at 199. That artist will break even. They go able for do what you want for do. So we need to promote them. So that's the platform. They think the more we do it, the more message we send across. Because we as musicians, we are entertainers, we bring and cancel the people. So they should come to us, then get you guys, then make sure say then contact una, then for no one, make sure say you guys publicize what you do so that all the artists they know the valuable job that you do and let them see the benefits. You guys have promoted a lot of artists. Sometimes they say the venue not enough. The artists they're so big that when you can go like Nollywood, it tight for them. That's how big our Salonian artists are.
Sure.
They're really massive. The place tight for them. So the market, the promotion get for be done, but get for do them really constructively and positively and promote our Salone music and let the artists approach you guys and let's promote their music. I think that's what we should do. That's my message.
Thank you, Mr. Francis. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have you done any work inside this COVID? Were you one of those people DJing in Burgess Park?
I don't see him carry that.
I would have loved to.
I don't ask that question. Is trending, so we have to ask you.
Well, I would have loved to, but I didn't have the opportunity. But I supported those people who are doing it, and I send a message say, yes, the privilege they say now for come out, but keep your social distance. And they did, and they enjoyed their music, and so it's a win-win situation. With the industry, now win-win situation because you play music, people are happy, they enjoy it, we feel good, and that's the way it is. So it's been a privilege, it's been a pleasure to meet you dynamic guys. Well done. I doff my hat to you guys for the fantastic work that you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up and keep the flame burning.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's been great.
Why? I go jump into Mr. Francis in shoes for let me say through my last word before I actually hand the baton to the Moses of Salone. Just like what Mr. Francis don't say, guys, Sierra Leoneans, we brothers and sisters, them let we support we artists them in the music them way that they produce, right? Let we buy them music here from them. Let we make sure so we support them so that they will able to produce more music them. And to the artists them, since we don't get the first union now UK now headed by Jiboke, we don't do a fantastic job with the artists them and all that stuff that we say thank you to you. Please, 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 artists, una feel free. If una get una tracks them, una feel say una want let people they know about, let people them actually buy them, una make them accessible, una make them, una put them at all the platform they una feel say them for day for let people able buy them. And when I reach out to we, this Wednesday program mainly now for Salone Talk. It's about encouraging Sierra Leoneans that we get anything for showcase, for let them can use this platform. And we always there for our showcase them. And then people that just want to touch 1 minute on we next coming events when are September 5, when are the second edition of the Countdown Community Park Run. You know, registration now £5. You can carry waka, you jog, or you run 5K, 10K. Not say you're not able to get people away the car with way, then put them picking in a pram, then they push them picking them, push chairs and all that stuff. Then they so it's the second annual edition of the Countdown Park Run. Now Budget Park, September 5, 9 to 11. The program done on it's 2 hours. You know, don't not say all 10 on a park with they go get out for do barbecue and all that stuff. Then they, you know, let me try for look after ourselves. Let's try for get into a form of exercise, live a healthy lifestyle, guys. So please, please, would expect a very good turnout. The flyer they out, the numbers in the day for contact with. If you want to register, it's £5. All you need for do now for just pay your money into the account and put your name as a reference. So we're gonna say now Mr. A, Mr. Y, and don't register. Over to you, DJ Little.
Fantastic. Thank you very much once again, gentlemen. It's been a great topic, and we hope say to the audience them we don't between the three of us we don't do justice to not only EMMERSON as the musician or political activist or social commentator or economical commentator. We hope say we don't do justice to her. As I said, we were not here tonight to finger point, stigmatize, but what to raise an awareness on the album and share the light that the album 9 Lives. To be very fair, as a Sierra Leonean, I'm very proud of the album. I never even hide them. I'm not going to conceal it. It depends on which side of the fence you want to place yourself. But me, as a Sierra Leonean, the album is brilliant. And as Mr. Lemeh said, the variation, the variety, the gift to EMMERSON Ongiwi with 18 tracks, I want to encourage again every Sierra Leonean for keep a very open mind and buy the album. Please. I cannot stress this enough. Yes, many people will now turn around and say, well, Little, I know one day you they promote other artists and say let them buy the album. No, the reason why I'm saying that, I've never had any other artist bring a whole album out and say, at the release album. Many Sierra Leoneans today release singles. You understand? EMMERSON to date is one of still the few artists where they release album. Many Sierra Leoneans across the diaspora only just put out singles. Yes, so inside the year, they might release 7-8 singles. You have not released an album. If you want to release an album, you want to follow through the right channel, and we feel that it merits the international and the global attention, we go put up under with the limelight, and then we will be happy to contact you to either give you the opportunity to talk about them, or we go talk about them anyway if we still fit. So that's the reason why we're doing this. We're not doing this because we're friends of EMMERSON. We're doing it because we're true fans of Sierra Leonean music, and the album is brilliant. So if you then have various social media platforms, them you don't get on WhatsApp, it's good for you for your phone. But if you're not DJ or somebody who want proudly play Salone music at a higher quality, buy this album for just $7.99. It's available on Android and iPhone. So I want to say that's all I can say on that. The other thing I'm going to say is this Saturday, the Sierra Leone Kids Variety Show, they return with the 5th edition, where the auditions, they take place on Zoom, on Diaspora Voices, where all the picking where they from 4 to 16 years old for can showcase their talents. So they encourage the parents them. We know say they need consent. So the conversation is not directly towards the kids. This conversation particularly is directed towards we parents them, we brothers them, we sisters them, we mama them, we papa them. The picking and then are host. It's been a long period since March, since they sit on a host. A lot of them have developed talents and skills inside these last few months where they're not in a host. So bring them come in, showcase their talents, let them come audition with the consent of your video. When I send them video of their talents, what they do, whether singing, dancing, playing an instrument, writing, maybe reading a poem about Sierra Leone, or even talking about Sierra Leone music, whatever, being creative, artistic, whatever they want for do. Then picking and they showcase them, the auditions they take place. Actually, the 16 way I believe is on a Sunday. So it's 16 way on a Sunday. So please, 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 please be part of it and get them. The finals, they take place on the 30th of August, when are the finals. So the picking them and the pay on the way, submit them, videos them, and showcase their talents. Those kids will be selected for the finals on Saturday the 30th. So please feel free. If you want more information, contact Agnes Pratt, Queen of Social Media, Maria Tusidiki Sise, or Tutu's Balloons. Any one of them people that they can able direct to now how for go about time. Also, we want for send with profound condolence going out to Sajay, one of the finest artists in the UK and Ireland, where sadly lost his mama yesterday. You understand? And Sajay, may the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. So we hearts and prayers and with thoughts go out to you and your family at this very difficult time. I don't talk to you already this morning, and you are a very strong man and stand strong. You are one man amongst many others which are sisters to you, and I believe you will do your mother proud. And if there's anything from a DJ Union point of view that we can do, please, 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 please let us know. If there's anything we can do as friends and colleagues, let us know. And I know you've been a very, very strong supporter of many of the platforms that were on day.